We spotted some fire giants, or at least trails of a fire of fire giants heading northward away from a wrecked caravan that we believe belonged to the Order of the Gauntlet. So we jumped ship, literally,
Yeah.
and killed them all.
Yeah, that's a great recap. Gabe, to answer your question, you'll just have to see, I guess. I can't give you a yes or a no, or else it may give something away. But yeah, you left, found this kind of rubble of a wagon raiding, and then followed the trail into the woods where you spotted some fire giants. Took care of one, killed the 2 hellhounds that they had with them, and Valana, in some sadistic sense, poked out the eyes of the other, and you were able to subdue him. And that's kind of where we're going to pick up. He's kind of like said, okay, I give, what do you want with me? He's on his knees to be closer to your height. What was that, good?
Can I bite his weapon and just chuck it over here, just in case?
For a second, I forgot that you're not Ishtar.
Can I be looting the other fire giant? Is this actually lootable? I see it has Stefan. I just don't know if that's...
Yes, it should be lootable that you can go grab. And for Gabe, yeah, you go to grab his weapon and he starts to hold it from you, try to fight you, and then realizes kind of what's going on, so you can feel him let go and grab it and kind of chuck it over to the side. Just don't realize
I can't talk in this form.
This is true.
Tim, you had sent us the item list, right?
Yes, I put that in chat. Yes. I think it was, let me double check. Did I put it in general or resources?
Right there.
Yeah, general. Yeah, and that was for the dead giant and I think the 2 dead hellhounds as well. And Cheddar, I see that you got some of the stuff and split the money across everybody.
Most of it.
Yeah, I see what you're doing.
I mean, it wouldn't let me split the single points.
Yeah,
so.
it gets annoying. So
Tim's on the heart and the toes.
I already took them.
Ew.
Man, he already took all the good stuff.
The good stuff's gone.
Do you guys want some? I can trade it to you. There's also hellhound stuff.
I mean, considering I'm the one with the contact to get us the reward for the heart.
Well, I'm just holding on to it for right now.
Oh wait, no, I wanted to resummon my familiar.
We can give it to the 4 boulders.
just make him be lucky. Yeah, Jimmy, you can resummon your.
I don't want to use a spell slot, so I would do the ceremonial version, which would take 10 minutes of cast time. And so I would do that while you're interrogating.
Okay, and I'm curious, can you see on the actors tab, do you see a folder under player characters that says familiars?
No, I have pirates, player characters, I have arcane eye, giant rat, and zombie.
Okay, let me do this, because I think if I give you, you have ownership. That's weird that you can't. Oh, I bet I have to give you visual. Yep, okay, hold on.
I can do find familiar, but then not do a spell slot.
Yeah, that's fine if you want to do it too. I think I've made it now to where if you ever wanted to, without doing the whole spell slot, give it back and all that stuff, you should have access to the raw actor token that you can just drag and drop. But yeah, you can also do it that way too. If you're going to do that casting, just give yourself the spell slot back or don't use it. But that's fine.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What is this thing? It says find familiar pocket dimension.
Oh, because don't they come out of a pocket dimension? Isn't that the thing? Hold on.
Oh, why is this something I can roll?
Well, that's weird. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Felix is over here just summoning a pocket dimension whenever he wants.
I know.
That could come in handy. But yeah. So you summon your owl familiar, and while he's casting that, you all see him kind of go over to start the ritualistic casting. What are you guys doing with this giant? He's kind of on his knees, bloody eye sockets, defenseless.
I forget, did we already interrogate him, or?
Technically, no.
We hadn't asked him anything yet.
Yeah.
Roar.
I'm gonna get up on this rock since I'm tiny. I'm a small boy. He's gonna be like, who do you work for? He's blind. He can't fucking tell who I am.
I mean, you're not wrong. You see his like blinded face turn towards the direction he heard you from, Chitter, and he's looking more at the rock than at you, not knowing that you're on a rock. But he responds, and he goes, "We work for who all fire giants work for, the great Duke Zalto."
Okay, why are you out here? You attacked a caravan? It's rather cruel.
He pauses for a second and kind of grunts and goes, he says, "The road is dangerous. There's plenty of other things that would have gotten those caravans. We were just the first. We don't need a reason. Duke Zalto controls these lands."
Chitter, why are you talking like that?
Sorry, just somebody else would have killed them and taken their shit, so we did it first.
We did it first.
It's such an adventurer answer. Were you taking the supplies somewhere?
And you notice that he didn't have the bag with him when you first saw him, and his colleague or partner, whatever you want to call him, not running, but going away. They were holding bags full of stuff that you take it probably was from the wagons. They didn't, when you all started to fight, they dropped them when they let go of the chains for the hellhounds as well. So they're kind of still over like back here a little bit, to like sacks, probably about the size of one of you, each. And he, kind of shrugs. And he goes, "We were given orders to attack anything coming this way. We don't know what we were looking for. We were told to bring it back to be inspected."
Bring it back where?
And he kind of turns his gaze to you, Valana, and goes,
"Gaze? He has no eyes."
His eyeless gaze. He looks in your general direction. And getting a little more fiery and angry, pun intended, he goes, "I don't think I have to answer to you, you witch." And he spits towards your direction, but it kind of misses your face. But it's a very large glob of mucus.
Can you guys shut up? I'm trying to
press
cast
my
a spell.
rapier into his throat. I suggest you reconsider that statement.
He kind of backs up a little as you put it. Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Can I bite off his fingers?
Jeez.
No, I had a thing.
I'll give you a chance to reverse it, Gabe, if you want to see what Chitter does, but also completely fine if you want to just gnaw on his fingers.
Do what you gotta do, man.
If you want to do roll a d10 for me.
I guess this doesn't count as a fight, so.
Damn, you took them all.
Jeez, that's huge.
Oh.
Yeah, as he feels the blade of Valana's weapon against his throat, so he kind of tenses and backs up. He puts his hands up to like instinctively push it away, and as he does, he can't see what's happening. You very quickly, just almost like you're scooping up nachos onto a plate, just maul both of his hands into your mouth, and you hear him scream as you rip off 8 of his 10 fingers just hanging off of your mouth.
Can I?
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Can I spit them towards Valana's feet?
He's like a little puppy. Yeah, you can. You just drop him.
Guess who has 2 thumbs and lost the rest of his fingers to a dinosaur? This guy. I was gonna ask if only his thumbs are left.
Sure. Yeah, we can make it that.
Only his opposable thumbs.
He kind of screams from that and curls down a little more as he's like puts his arms closer to his chest, and you see the blood kind of like pool down his arms. And Valana, you see walking behind him, the black misty figure with the large wide brim hat again of the Broodfather. Kind of, it seems like no one else can see him, and he just appears almost out of the shadow, and you can tell he has a hand very lightly tracing the armor on this fire giant and almost caressing his head. And he looks at you, and you can't see his mouth, but you can tell that he's grinning. And he goes, yes, my daughter, this is perfect for your purpose. Can't you feel it? Taste it. The best ones are the ones still screaming.
I cast Frostbolt at him.
At the Broodfather or the fire giant?
At the Broodfather.
Okay. So you quickly go to cast this, and it goes to hit his body, being like this weird misty form. You see as his body kind of dissipates, and then as soon as the bolt goes through, reanimates back into this little ghostly figure. For Chitter and Toad, you see Valana quickly cast this spell off to the side of the fire giant, kind of right by his head, and he like flinches from hearing and feeling the wind off of it. But you see it hit the stone off to the side, and Felix, as you're doing your casting, you hear all this going on. It's very hard to concentrate, and then you hear the spell being cast. It sounds like a lot of commotions going on back there.
Oh my gosh, that's it. I'm gonna cast silence over there.
Oh no.
That's great. Please do. Excuse me.
Shit.
Okay. So I gotta look again because I get to, let's see where that. Yeah. For the duration of sound, because that's no sound can emanate or pass through. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Any creature entirely is immune. Blah blah. Okay. And so, pretty much right after you see Valana cast this bolt, for Chitter, Valana, and Toad, all of a sudden, it goes dead silent, as if you've lost your hearing. You look at each other and you're just like try to say something, but there's no sound. You don't hear the sound of the river rushing right next to you or any of the nature sounds that's been kind of going through the air. It's dead silent, very eerily silent. And Felix, it gets dead silent for you as well, but you can sit there and meditate and do your ritual right next to this, river kind of rushing close to you and kind of get to a more calm spot.
Chitter's like trying to say something, but he can't.
Yep. And
do I recognize what this is?
Yeah, all three of you probably would know what just happened. You could assume that it was probably Felix who cast it, but you didn't necessarily see it happen. But you can tell that this was a silent spell. And if you look around, you do see that Felix, how do you do your ritual cast? Are you like kneeling or cross-legged?
Yeah, I have I'm in on my knees, surrounded by some salt and some candles that I lit in the area.
Gotcha. Okay, so you would see that if you looked over towards Felix.
I'm just right here on this little thing, and there's a salt circle around me and some candles.
Okay, awesome. Chitter. Oh my god, that's great.
Okay, Valana turns and is gonna walk out of it, and DM.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna wait.
Oh, okay. You, the other two of you see as Valana just turns and walks out of the silence. Valana, as you walk out, your ears are overwhelmed with the sounds of the birds chirping and leaves rustling from the wind and the river kind of rushing to the side, but it's very peaceful as everything behind you is dead silent in that circle. And as you kind of walk out, you can almost feel the wind as the Broodfather, spirit form or whatever, floats in front of you very quickly and is almost face to face. And so you can see more of his face now to where you can actually tell he's smiling. And he comes around and goes, "Now you know better than to attack me. I'm not physically here. I'm in your mind with you everywhere you go, but just out of reach. Now, back to what I was saying. The best ones are the ones still alive. Their thoughts screaming with pain, you can almost taste it. And as he says it, you realize that you do have the smallest bit of like, not drool coming out of your mouth, but your mouth is like ready to eat, almost as if it's triggered this visceral hunger inside of you. And he gets a little closer and goes to grab your face. You can feel the coldness like envelop your jaw, but there's no physical hand. And he stands there and he goes, "Go on. You know you want to."
Oh no, he's hot!
Wrong time. Yeah, you know what, DM? Valana's only response is going to be another ray of frost.
Okay. So you... Oh my gosh, I about choked my drink, sorry. You cast Ray of Frost again at the Broodfather, and Felix, you kind of got into a rhythm. It's probably been, 5 minutes total of doing this, and as soon as you're getting into the very deep part of the ritual, you hear another as it seems like Valana's walked out and cast another Ray of Frost. But this one you don't see, it just kind of, you hear it go off, and Valana the same thing, he kind of dissipates, but with this you hear him slowly laugh and he fades off into the sky to probably not be seen for a while.
Felix says nothing, but his eye is twitching.
Felix is getting crazier and crazier.
Chitter's still in the sound spell, like looking back at Valana, will like look at Toad, gesture towards Valana, and give like a just like shrug, looking really confused, like what the fuck is going on? Even though he can't say it.
And for Chitter and Toad, from the silence you see the fire giant has been talking, and you can tell he's been yelling, and nothing's happening, and his head's kind of going around frantic, and so he goes to stand up and like freak out because he can't hear anything, he can't see anything, he's talking but nothing's coming out, and he like kind of starts to flail his arms as he's trying to get up and turn around to run.
Can I like bite his knee?
Yeah, go ahead. Before you do that, can you make a dex save? One that you can see as you're trying to watch out for his flailing body. Real quick.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Put a finger in his eye? Like...
Okay, 11. Let me see here.
Does my size do anything?
Probably not, since you're both... Well, he's huge. You're large, right? Or are you huge? I think you're huge as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're both huge.
The same.
Yeah. So he's gonna do this as he starts to flail.
Oh no.
So you go to kind of get out of the way, and as you're trying to watch his arms and his body flail around, he without even knowing, connects his elbow into your jaw, and you will take... I don't have a... does he have something? Probably not. No, okay. You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as he kind of knocks you back, as he's very, nervously just flailing uncontrollably. He connects, and as he connects, he kind of looks towards that direction of realizing that you're still there, and there's a brief pause before he kind of turns and gets ready to bolt. Also, for Valana, sorry, I didn't see your message soon enough. That's my bad.
No, it's for later.
Okay.
But here's what I want to do right now.
Oh, okay.
That is so stupid that I have to do it that way. I can't minus the damage on myself.
Oh, really?
Transform him into a turtle.
So I just did +10, and then I had to right click and then
that's weird.
Apply damage.
Huh.
Did you do it to my actual?
No,
character?
I just did it to your token, is what I was going to do. But I think you beat me to it anyway. That's weird. Huh. Okay, so let me see here. So, Valana, you did polymorph to him, and you did turtle. Okay. Okay, yada yada. And then okay, what does this look like as you cast polymorph on the giant?
So as he turns, Valana just glances over and begins to cast her spell, probably being very loud once again, because it is, I think it does have semantic and verbal.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah, it has all three. So she is going to go ahead and cast the spell, and essentially there's just this this puff of like a mushroom cloud of smoke of where he was, and as the smoke fades, everyone would just see the result standing in the very bottom of it. So it would be just a turtle.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, you see this happen real quick, and the fire giant, now turtle, I'm trying to find a token in the background, slows down and just is very slowly trying to escape still.
Okay, yeah. Next, Valana wants to go up and pick up the turtle.
Okay.
She's going to grab it by the shell.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty simple. He's not a super large turtle by any means, so you're pretty easily can grab him and pick him up. And you all see as she picks him up, which he looks huge right there. Give me a second. As she picks him up, his legs are squirming around and he's freaking out. But yeah, he's pretty easily manageable.
All right, and
Felix?
DM.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, you go ahead.
Go ahead. I was just gonna say, Felix is just gonna grumble to himself, stop casting the ritual spell, and just cast it as a level 1 spell.
Okay, yeah. You see the frustration and hear Felix cast it, and you see his owl pop again. Excuse me.
Okay, never mind. I don't want to do what I've forced to you earlier, DM.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It would have been funnier the other way, but that's not as funny.
You see Chitter gesturing to the turtle and like saying something to you, Valana, but he's still in the silent spell. So it's just,
I was gonna say,
just
like,
mouthing words.
As soon as my familiar pops up, you just destroy it.
No, okay. I'm gonna reveal. I messaged our DM saying that as your spell like got to like the 9.5 minute mark, I was gonna counter spell.
Oh my god.
I was gonna say at that point, this guy's gonna counterspell a fucking revivify on you later in revenge.
Oh man.
Okay, but anyway, DM, I'm gonna assume I still have my my wings on, right? Because that lasts an hour.
Yeah, this combat I think might have been 6 rounds, maybe. So yeah, I would say you still have them for a little bit longer.
Okay, so yeah, Valana's gonna have the turtle in her hand. She's gonna look around at everyone and making sure she's out of the silent zone first, and she's gonna beckon everyone else out of it.
Okay.
I'm gonna just drop the concentration on it. Actually, now that it's useless.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. And you should be able, if it still shows up, to right click. There you go.
You just hear the fuck are you doing? Wait, I was gonna talk to him. What are we all doing?
You all may want to move, and Valana's just going to fly straight up.
Ooh.
As you like fly off, you're just gonna hear like, "Get back here, you crazy bitch!"
Oh, I shrunk him. I think a little too small. The turtle, I made the image scaled down to a tiny at full scale.
I would have screwed this.
He's so tiny.
Oh my god!
The tiniest little turtle.
There we go. That's better.
Wait, no. Let's get some like scaling here. Let's pull him over to.
Oh yeah, put him back. Oh, that's about where he was. So if I pull him, let's. Oh, nope, that's not the button. Where's my drag? There it is. Okay, yeah. Where's he at? Come here. Oh no, I can't move him. Wait, what? Hold on. There we go. Okay.
And we go to him.
Update turtle. Move. Here we go. Okay. Where are you guys at? Whoop, there we go.
Look at the tiny little guy.
Just a tiny little toilet. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So you grab the turtle and you just bolt up into the sky, Valana.
Yeah. Real quick, anyone off the top of your head, what is the maximum amount of fall damage someone can take?
20d6,
yeah.
Assuming the DM doesn't uncap it.
Yep, 20d6.
Okay. So Valana's gonna fly straight up, high enough for that.
Okay.
And then knowing that do I know that whether like someone that is polymorph still is able to understand the languages they knew?
Roll a Arcana check for me real quick.
Damn. Really sad that I used levitate earlier.
Yeah, I would say that you've taken it that they retain their spoken language. They may not be able to speak it, but they can understand, probably.
All right. So once Valana like takes the few minutes to get high enough, she's gonna speak giant to this polymorphed giant.
Okay.
You really should have just given me the information I wanted to know. And she's going to drop it.
You see right before you drop it, the turtle's face just looks at you and its eyes get wide, and then you let him loose.
I'm going to cast Featherfall right before he hits the ground. I'm just kidding. It was just payback. It was just payback, but I'm not actually going to.
Oh,
okay,
my gosh.
So yeah, 6 seconds later, after it gets far enough away that him transforming won't hit me, I will drop concentration on polymorph.
Oh, okay. Nice.
So he'll transform back into his giant form
right before he lands, in essence.
It'll be far before he lands.
Oh, that's true, because it'd be 6 seconds.
He'll experience the fall
as he's blind.
Which
I was gonna say
he would have been blind as a turtle too.
Yeah, I think rules is written you fall 500 feet in a round.
Something crazy, I think. I'm not 100% sure.
Apparently we did the math in a past game. That's not even crazy. That's actually slow.
Oh, really?
Do you fall faster because of how big you are?
Force equals mass acceleration, so he would hit harder, yeah.
Yeah, he would reach terminal velocity for something of his size and then stay at that velocity until he hit the ground. But yeah, relative to you guys, he would be a higher impact. More kinetic energy coming down.
The thing with terminal velocity is because it is capped, like 1,000 miles. Like, let's say everyone, let's say you or I weigh 100 pounds. The force that he would hit the ground with would be 100 times the not quite pounds, but I guess like the mass would be that times terminal velocity. Because he is bigger and has a bigger mass, he is going to hit harder.
Yeah.
While I see this body falling, I'm going to go over here and hide so the guts don't splatter all over me.
It's probably for the best. Yeah, so I'm updating his token real quick so I don't forget to do it. That's after he lands. As he falls, you all see this large giant just come hurling towards the earth. And he will take, let's see. Wow, 72 damage. 20d6. Yeah, okay. Okay.
Somehow that don't feel right.
It did not feel like nearly as much, but then I realized, oh, it's only d6, so that is kind of a... And I did...
That's a little above average.
Yeah, so. Wasn't anything crazy. Okay, so where's his scale? He's a little bigger, and he is actually not dead. Fun fact, so I need to change his token back to...
Do it again.
Just keep swapping it and dropping him as a turtle, changing him and everything. Ooh, yeah, that's probably close enough. So he does take 72 damage, which does bring him down to this number. There he goes. And he lands him.
Oh, yeah, no, never mind. I guess he was, my brain is like, wouldn't he be at like 1 HP to be hitting the ground? But no, I guess he wouldn't have been because we got him to surrender.
Yeah, you blinded him and then surrendered. He lands and when he hits with such an impact, you see kind of dirt fly up, and he's quiet for a little while before you see his hands get up and he grabs onto the ground and pushes himself up, and he doesn't necessarily know that he, is in the same spot or close to the same spot as he was. So he's been quiet. He's quiet as he gets up, but you can tell that he's like breathing heavy and he's angry and he's kind of like turning around trying to listen, because last time he was picked up, he couldn't hear nothing pretty much. And then he looks around trying to hear. He doesn't hear anything. So he starts to slowly walk, but with his hands out, trying to feel around, and you can tell like he's limping, and every now and again he's like reaching out with his thumbs because he doesn't have his fingers, and he's just
I cast hold person.
Wait, God damn it.
It's just a battle of the spells now. You guys
I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna. I'm over here hiding behind a tree.
Chitter's gonna try to like get in front of him, but he's like walking backwards so he doesn't get fucking squished by this guy, because I'm pretty sure his foot could just fucking obliterate me.
Yeah, it'd be pretty rough.
Like, sir, wait, I'm sorry for how my companions have treated you, but I really just want to talk to you, as he's like pulling out his lyre.
As you say that, you see like he gets startled, and it just instinctively swings out, and he's way above your head, and so he just hits air, and he looks around and goes, who said that? What do you want? Please just leave me alone.
Swings with what sword?
His thumbs. He just swings his thumbs out.
He's swinging his hands, but he's gonna like Chitter's gonna speed up a little bit to like get a bit of distance, because he knows that as soon as he keeps talking, it's gonna become more obvious where he is, and he doesn't feel like getting hit by a giant hand, because I feel like that force could just send me like hurtling into the fucking river over here.
Yeah, that could be pretty rough.
I'm the one you really want to talk to here, buddy. And he starts like just playing a calming tune on his lyre, and say, all I really want to do is talk. And he's going to cast Charm a Monster. And because I am playing hold on, let me get the thing open again. Because I have to open this up again. Because I'm playing the instrument while casting a spell that causes any of its targets to be charmed on a failed saving throw. He gets disadvantage on this.
Love it. Okay.
Don't ask how long it took me to remember that that's actually a feature of my lyre. In that, when I was building one for one of my players earlier, I realized that was a feature. Whoops.
Love it.
But I'm going to cast Charm Monster on him. Would this not? No, because it'd be a once a day, so it would just be available usage. That's weird.
And then that's not with disadvantage, so I'll do it again. Because of course he gets a nat 20. So it's a wisdom save. Okay. Wisdom save. So here's the disadvantage.
I am DC 17. So
oh, wow.
Just passed.
So 18. So go ahead, and also, though, as you're saying that, can you do I'll let you choose persuasion or deception check. Because
I mean, you know what I'm going to pick.
I know. So you start to speak, and you strum as you cast this. Oh, geez, at 24.
With a 14.
Expertise in persuasion. Yes.
Jeez. Is it even worth? No, he can't even hit that with the nat 20. You notice that when you cast the spell, it doesn't look like it phases him. He just kind of listens to the music and shakes his head a little, and but he does slow down hearing what you're saying, and he goes, You've not attacked me like your friends, but why do you want to talk to me? Just kill me already.
Out of character, I was like, we might be able to just try to tell him we could let him go, but like he has 2 fingers and no eyes. Look, my friends were rather rude to you. I wanted to talk, exchange words as 2 honorable individuals. I suppose we could end your life if you wish, but how we've been treating you is not honorable in any way, and you really deserve an honorable death, sir.
After talking, he now knows that you're a little lower than him, so he's looking down towards the ground. Probably a little too short, though, so he's looking more at his feet than where you're at. But he takes a deep breath, and he goes, I'm glad that you know of honor. It is of utmost importance to us fire giants, but I don't think that it would behest me to help enemies that have slain our kin, so it must be in your best interest to just take me down. And you see him kneel, and you take it like he is very much holding on to these codes of honor and honorable deaths, and he's kind of in essence telling you, like, I don't think I'm going to actually help you. That's not what us fire giants would do. So your best bet is to just kill me. And he also realizes he is not a threat, pretty much, other than his size. So he's just kind of like kneeling down to see if you will make the choice to kill him or do something else.
It's more. What would I have to kill him with?
You catch your little rape, you just so.
I mean, I could try. I'd blast him with a mind blasting cap, but I already used that. Fuck. I get that from that, so it's different. I will. Oh, and Ethereum didn't come with us, did he? Because he was T-posing last session.
Yep. As you kind of contemplate this, he once again kind of looks up just a little bit in a general direction. You see him. He's holding his like in essence nubs near his chest, and he goes, "If it would be easier, if you hand me my sword, I can ease the decision." And he shows you his thumbs, obviously knowing he can't hold the sword, but maybe he can guide it to kind of have you like do the samurai self-death.
Oh God.
Uku? Oh no.
Chitter's gonna like I guess go over to wherever his sword was dropped, which I actually think was probably pretty close to where he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's gonna like he won't say anything yet, but like or he'll maybe just say like all right, and then as he makes his way over, he'll look at the rest of the party and kind of like gesture like, "Come on," because he's not able to fucking move it. The sword's probably like it's probably 10 times his fucking weight, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do it.
Okay.
I imagine I'm still flying back down.
Yeah, you're slowly like coming back down to the ground. So Felix, are you helping Chitter lift the sword, or are you trying it yourself? Okay. So, Toad, what about you?
He's a dinosaur.
No,
he wild shaped back. He's now robot Toad.
That's right. I did hear that sound.
The Transformers.
I want to cast a spell, but it wouldn't do enough damage.
Let him die honorably, man. Come on.
just keep torturing.
Oh, no. Oh, okay.
22.
Oh, you mean make a strength?
Yeah, Cheddar, go ahead and do a strength. Yeah.
Oh, this is good. Strength is actually not. I guess I don't really have a dump stat in this character. It's 11. Huh. I forgot that I rolled for this character. He wasn't point by, so.
Oh wow. Okay, so Cheddar, you get to the sword first, and you kind of get there and you stand and look and you're like, oh my gosh, this thing's huge. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to pick this up. And so you're waiting for the others to get there. Felix, you and Toad go over, and Felix, it looks, I mean, kind of familiar to you, and you realize that it matches the general shape and size of your relic sword that you've been carrying, except you remembered that the relic you have changed shape and size to the wearer of it. Whoever holds the sword, it changed shape. And so as you all get ready and you kind of like squat down to grab the sword to lift it up, you realize as soon as you touch it, it starts to slowly shrink and morph into a very manageable sword of a size for any of you. And so you end up all kind of walking closer and closer as it shrinks to where you're all like within arm's reach of each other, holding a regular size sword together. And it's regular weight and everything as it's shrunk down to size.
Here you go, Mr. Giant Guy.
You walk it over to him, and he turns, hearing the different voice now, and he holds his thumb, and as you kind of like both of his fists out, and you put the sword in there, do you like turn it for him and everything, and just kind of like sit it in his nubs?
Yeah. If everyone's helping with it, sure.
Okay.
We're all helping with this tiny.
Tiny
Is it just gonna be tiny? Like, cause he can't hold it, so is it good?
You'll have to see. So you give it to him, and you kind of set it between his two fist nubs. In essence, his thumbs like kind of curl around the hilt as best they can, and you notice as it curls and he touches the sword's hilt, and you all let go, it quickly grows to a full-length giant sword, which is very large compared to you. And he holds it out, and you can see him kind of take a second to find a good center point in his body because he can't see, and he puts it in there, and remembering that he has plate on too, and he takes a few breaths, and he tilts his head upwards and says something in Giant that feels like you should understand what he's saying, but you realize there's no English word or common word to translate it to, but he kind of mutters this, and then very quickly, even though he's hurt and he's got no fingers, you see him shove the sword through, and it pierces his plate like butter, and you see it stick through the other side, and he kind of grunts and gets silent, and then just flops over on his face. You see the sword sticking up as he is no longer alive.
That was really gross.
Oh.
I heard it squelch.
Out of character, I feel like you've probably heard worse in combat in the last couple weeks, but fair.
But I just ate. That's different.
I mean, I guess we can go search those bags. These.
And he is lootable as well. But then, yeah, you got the two regular, the two bags back towards the path towards the north. To see, and I would say by now, Valana, you've landed on the ground.
So I see the giant impaled on its own sword.
Yes, and you probably could have seen what was going on. You might not have heard it, but you saw him seemingly shove it into his chest and fall over, and yeah.
Stubborn brute.
I mean, you can probably get his heart now, but he may have pierced it, so I don't know if it's going to be any good.
If we wouldn't have tortured him, I might have been able to actually get some information out of him.
Chitter's a little salty.
A little bit, yeah.
I could have used friends. I have that spell to have him tell us if I knew you guys were doing that.
Well, I have Charm Monster, which is similar.
Was it the great sword, or was it was the great sword, right? That transformed?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take that.
I wanna look at that sword and then pull out my relic and compare the two to see how identical they are.
Okay. And I know Valana has seen the sword. Has Chitter or Toad seen it? Have you had it out since?
No.
Okay, so this would be the first time.
Valana.
Okay. Are you keeping it kind of a little secret, or are you just kind of going to whip it out and look?
I'm just going to whip it out.
Okay. That's a great clip.
There's no one else here, right? No,
No,
there's no
just
strangers.
No,
okay,
I mean,
if it's just us, then.
Yeah, if it's just you guys, sure, you'll whip it. That's okay. It's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, you all see as Felix kind of puts his bag down and pulls out this sword that you're like, how in the world was that just sitting in his bag this whole time? And it's a very regular sized sword. It looks almost a little old. The blade looks maybe rusted and chipped, but it does resemble what that giant's sword looked like when it was shrunk down to a more manageable size. And as you grab the other sword and it shrinks, you're able to kind of pull it out and lay them side by side. They are very similar in their size and shape and like the craftsmanship of it. Obviously the one that you are holding is much older, but the key difference that you see is in the relic that you have, it is covered in those fire giant runes, which some of them you, Valana, and Ethereum have, I think, been able to translate or read. A lot of them, though, you have not been able to read. They seem to be maybe of an ancient dialect or something. And as you lay them together, they, the one, your relic that you have kind of lights up a little. And as it does, Felix, can you roll me a D100, please?
I sure can.
$42. Okay.
42. It's pretty average.
You see the runes light up, and in the back of your mind, you get this just kind of an urge, maybe curiosity of thinking back to when you raised the zombie to life, and when you brought Ethereum back to life, when you have seen Valana animate dead objects. And you look at this giant's body and you just kind of get this feeling of, man, I wonder what it would be like to raise a dead giant. Is that even possible? this thought flickers into your mind. And the rest of you see the sword that he laid down light up a little. And yeah, what do you do, Felix?
I am going to, I guess, I'll try to cast Animate Dead on the giant.
Okay.
And I'll use the sword as like a focus for it. To see if that does anything to enhance, because I know normally you can't do it on like bigger things.
Yeah, I was about to say, where is that spell? Let me look. I want to see. You said you were
here.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Look at you. Animate Dead. Okay.
Was it Taco Bell ding?
It does sound like it.
It was, yeah.
It definitely was.
Okay, so I see now. Okay, so yeah, you go to cast this and you're using that sword as the focus. You see the corpse kind of light up a little bit with the magic, but you can tell that it's just not getting there. So here's a big question. Do you know, or do you remember, of 2 shapes for casting spells that you have learned? Nobody else telling the answer if you know it. It's purely for Felix.
A triangle.
Okay, that was one. Do you know the other one?
I thought it was the skull, but I don't know. The circle.
Yeah, circle. It was kind of like the general dumbed down version of a skull, using a circle. So awesome. When you go to cast this, you can tell, like I said, it's not really getting there. So your mind kind of flicks back to, okay, what do I know? What have I read in that book that I bought? What have I done when I've casted these spells to animate dead? What's something I can try to do? You're in this process of almost creating magic to a degree, and you think back, and something that you had read, you remembered, is a lot of the necromancy school spells came from combining and stripping other spells together. So maybe one spell did one thing and they took a lot out of it but kept this core component, so they merged it with this one that had this thing. So it was a lot of craft work that went into it. Another aspect of why it's unholy, unnatural, people don't like it. And so you think, okay, well, maybe let me just try some other shapes of casting this. Maybe if I do something special, maybe I can add to it. And so how do you know those 2 symbols that you've used before or have seen before? How do you incorporate those into this casting?
So I will channel my magic into the blade, and I will try and draw those. So I'll have like a triangle, and I'll put the circle in the triangle.
Okay.
Like drawing it in the air.
Okay. You
I will do it over the torso of the giant where his heart would be.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. You all see Felix do this. And for all of you, you're not really sure what he's doing. You've never seen a spell kind of do this before, or adding to a spell like this. And Felix, you trace that, and as you're tracing it, you can almost feel this energy start to build inside. And as you complete the triangle, it freezes in place, and then you start the circle, and now you feel yourself almost like your chest is being pulled towards the corpse. And as you finish the circle, it holds for a second, and you kind of wave your hand around to finish it, to kind of wrap it up and cast that out. And as you do, all of you see as the fire giant's body, the chest lifts up, almost as if it's going to float, but it doesn't. And you see this very faint white wispy kind of smoke come out of the mouth, and it floats in the air very gingerly, not affected by the wind or anything. It's almost like time is stopping around all of you as you see this wisp kind of move from the giant's mouth into the relic sword. And as it does, you see the runes light up and the sword gleam for a while as the rest of this wisp continues into it. And when it finishes, the giant's body goes like ash white, and almost stone, and the sword glows for a while longer, and then it slowly fades and then kind of goes back to being dull. And you take it, Felix, what you just witnessed, what you tried, was potentially doing some sort of a capture of a soul. Instead of necessarily going with the animation of it, you took part or all of the soul of this creature and put it into a container, which you did not know the weapon was a container. You didn't know it was anything else other than a weapon. It's almost like the wisp knew what to do. You didn't have to command it or show it where to go. It's almost like it was being pulled to the sword.
Did I just make a phylactery?
I don't know.
Am I a lich?
You'll have to see. But you do
and
now
you
make a note of all
I
that.
had issues.
And for Valana, after this happens, you don't see him, but you hear the Broodfather's voice in your head echoing as it goes, "Interesting. I wouldn't have thought he caught on so soon. Keep an eye on him. He could be useful." And it goes away. And for Felix, you now can once every 3 days, you can find a recently killed creature within the last few minutes, and attempt to cast this in this sequence, and potentially grab the soul or grab its life essence and put it into the sword. You're not really sure what that means. It's not necessarily guaranteed it's going to work, and you will have to remember the shapes to cast this every time. So yeah, there you go.
Was that into his relic, or was that into the fire giant sword?
Into Felix's relic. The fire giant sword is just kind of still sitting there, bloodied and boring.
Wait, did you say that anything else changed about the sword itself? Like, is it?
It just glowed for a while. The first time that you've really seen it glow in this manner before, and then when it was done,
I meant after. Yeah. After it was done.
So when it was done, you notice that one of the runes that you can't make out stays faintly glowing, almost as if it was like painted. Now there's like this constant sheen, but yeah.
How many runes are on there? Does it look like I would have to fill the runes, like, to get each one to glow? Like, if so, like, how many souls does that look like?
So, taking a quick look over the sword, it seems like there's probably 15 runes. However, you're not 100% sure if each rune correlates to a soul, or if that's even like a progress bar. It doesn't. You're not 100% sure, but there does seem to be about 15 of those ancient runes that you can't read.
Okay.
Okay. What would you all like to do?
It was weird.
Would you care to explain?
I don't even really know what just happened. I just saw the vision and I did it.
You saw a vision and then you captured a soul.
I guess. I don't know what I just did.
DM insight check.
Yeah, go ahead. Insight. And I'll answer this one for you, Felix. It seems very truthful. It seems like Felix is about as surprised as you all are with what just happened.
DM, do I know of any relic that I've heard about that could explain what that weapon is?
Do a... so I'm pretty sure, Felix, you shared with the group what Overwizard Teva had mentioned to you about the sword. So for Valana, you know that Overwizard Teva mentioned that this was potentially either the sword of Surtur or maybe a sword from the ancient volcano of Surtur, something to do with the fire giant deity. Now, if that means this is actually the relic of that deity, or if it's just, a holy blessed item or something, that seems to be still for question. You would know, and probably the rest of you would kind of be able to connect these two together, that Surtur is the patron deity of fire giants.
Whatever that weapon is, I would advise keeping it at bay for a time.
I don't know. I think I need to delve into this more. I think I need to do research.
I don't think you should. That seems kind of dangerous and evil.
Why?
You obviously do not know what magic you are dealing with.
Neither do you.
No, but I know evil magic when I see it.
You're a vampire.
You're a towel.
And
I'm a
you
robot.
are a cleric.
Damn it.
Remind me again, who is your god?
Mistra.
You delve into matters that even she would warn you against.
Actually, she talked to me and said that she likes the exploration of magic. I don't think you know anything about my goddess.
Damn.
I feel like I need a Duel of the Fates soundtrack for this. Battle of the Wits.
I know more of magic than you. Remember that.
Maybe.
You delve into magic. Now, magic is my domain, Felix.
It's not only your domain. Anyone can use
When it
magic.
comes to this group, magic would be my domain.
Well, this is talking about the world and the sake of magic that can enhance life, not just this group.
Be very careful with how you word it. Be very careful with the words of a supposed god. And know that you have already caught the attention of those that would do us harm. And Valana's gonna take off, heading back for the ship.
Okay. Intense.
Chitter's like stepped over by Toad and is standing next to him as like the only, for lack of a better term, normal person here right now. Because we've got a concerning vampire wizard. We've got a young child who is now experimenting with an evil weapon. Or the robot that has no memory. Like, I know who I'm staying by.
Yeah, but I like the child because it reminds me of the one in my dreams.
That was a very weird sentence to say, but I know what you meant.
I didn't want to say it, but
In D&D.
In D&D, there we go. That's the tag you have to add. In D&D.
Yeah, there we go.
In this fantasy world.
Yeah, he specified, so we're good. We're good.
Yeah, it's all good. Okay. You see as Valana takes off and goes back towards the ship, which you can tell from here. You can still see it anchored to one of the mountainsides.
I don't understand why she hates the exploration.
I think probably because some magic tends to do stuff that's not so nice to other people, and it sounds like that the thing kind of that he's got isn't so nice.
We don't know that yet.
What did it just do?
I don't know that yet either.
Look,
you can't just pin something as evil without understanding it. It could just be something different, looked at in a different perspective.
Look, all I'm saying is if that thing starts telling you to like kill people for it, or like starts asking you to feed it our souls, can you just tell it no, please?
I'm not gonna do that. This thing was going to kill us anyway.
2 sessions later, your souls for the blade. But, fine. I'm not as much of a as much as I know I'm a spellcaster. I'm not as much of a magic guy as you guys are. So I'm just gonna have to trust you on this. You haven't betrayed us so far.
Don't plan on betraying you guys. If it came down to it, I would end it. But I don't think that's going to be the case. For all we know, this might be the step to progressing.
Well, like I said, I'll leave it to you. Just don't eat my soul. That's all I'm asking.
It won't.
I mean, if that's not the best promise I've ever heard right there, I don't know what is. Okay.
I won't nibble your giblets.
Oh man. Anything else here before you head back to the airship?
I'm good. I'm gonna look at the other two. Oh wait, did we ever search the bags that they were carrying?
No, you saw them, but nobody ever went over there yet.
It sounds like Toad's heading over. I'll kind of accompany him.
Okay. You do an actually you wouldn't have to do an investigation check. You see the two large bags. Like I said, they're about the size of you. And you open them and start to kind of rummage through. It's a lot of random stuff that you take from the wagons. So you're seeing crates and barrels of, as you open some of them, foods, rations, some like very basic chainmail armor and some old weapons. But it looks more like rations and supplies for people. And on all of the crates, you see the symbol of the Order of the Gauntlet. So the armored hand holding up, and then stamped above it says from the Keep of Hawk's Nest. And then you see that stamp.
Okay. I'm gonna think for a second there. Is Aetherian part of the Order of the Gauntlet, or am I mixed up on that?
He is. I'm pretty sure he probably would have mentioned something, or you could have seen that he was. I'll have to double check to see if he actually told you, but for now, yeah, he is part of the Order. Kind of like a blend between the Order of the Gauntlet and his church in Neverwinter, the Citadel of Vigilance. They're kind of like merged into one thing. So he was part of both.
Okay. These are full of like random supplies.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like anything that would be useful to you. It's just, a bunch of random stuff. And probably would be hard for you all to lug back to the wagon area anyway, just from how much was there. I mean, you're talking 3 wagons full of supplies.
All right. So, I mean, I guess I'll just take note of that. I mean, do you want any of this, Toad? I don't.
Probably not. No, I'm good.
All right. Do you have a way of getting back to the airship? I do, but.
I don't.
I can wild shape.
I mean, I have a one use of fly, so I just figure if we don't all have a way back, I could like cast it on you and you could carry us back, or if you want to go and I'll cast it on myself or Felix.
I can carry you.
I mean, I guess I just figured to get us all back. I don't know if he wants to use the thing. I'm good either way.
I don't know if I have a wild shape that can carry that many people.
So I think that you can go into huge, right? Is the highest you have?
Yeah. Not unless I do it like 1 by 1.
Yeah.
Wait, what about a Quetzal?
Yeah, I was looking. So it says. Oh wait, you said huge. This is large.
What if?
Mm-hmm.
I have
huge is 3 by 3, right?
Called Stone Shape. I could create like a platform that you can cast fly on that, or does it have to be a creature?
Oh, that's thinking outside the box.
I think I will say if it was the levitate spell, I would say, well, if I wouldn't have used that earlier to get down here, I would say we just do that. But fly, I believe, has to be a creature, because the whoever the spell is on is then able to direct themselves, and I don't think that a stone platform is capable of thought. I assume. I don't know.
So why doesn't Toad wild shape into something big, and we can cast fly on him, and then we can just ride on his back?
That could work. I'm good with whatever.
Real quick, Toad. What is one? Well, I guess. I'm trying to think of what you could transform into. I'm looking at the math here because it says carrying capacity is your strength score multiplied by 15, and that's the weight in pounds. So I'm trying to think if you're. That's if you don't change size though, and so no, it'd be strength score. So it'd be off of the strength score of your largest creature size. I'm gonna say you'd be able to fly both of them up. We're just gonna make it easy.
And if I remember correctly, each size category up doubles it. So like if you're large size, it's 30 per point of strength, and I believe if you're huge, I think it's 60 per point of strength. I could be wrong.
Yeah, something like so. Like you would be able to carry because you're like the two smallest people in the group. So
I playing as an orc. What was it? Orc or Goliath? Bear totem barbarian is insane because you end up with like you can haul like over 1,000 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
I have to reload my game because I did the black box thing.
Oh, that's annoying. I gotta figure out what's going on there. I'm not sure why. Like the automation's great because it's useful, but why is it doing the black screen of death for you? And why can't I just give you a token for every creature? Like I'll take the time to do it, but it won't let me.
I also didn't think about this, but at least for me, he still has the rage animation on him.
Oh yeah, he's still angry. Okay. So you're about to jump on an angry creature to fly.
I just wanted to make sure that I wasn't glitching out there because I've been sitting there and I was like, I didn't think about it because I'm so used to seeing it on him that my brain didn't process. But yeah, he still has the rage animation.
Yeah.
It's over in 42 seconds.
I had an amphitheater thing somewhere.
He gets out a little. He gets out a little little marker and draws little angry eyebrows on himself.
So yeah, you all jump on and start heading back towards the ship. Valana, you get there first, taking off early, and as you get there, you see Ethereon T-posing in the corner, but the captain kind of runs over to you and goes, "What are you doing? That's the fact that you all just jumped off of my ship. First off, I would have made you all pay for any damages to yourself that you would have caused. Secondly, we've been sitting here. What happened?"
Wait, he would have made us pay for damage to ourselves?
he seems very flabbergasted. He's not really sure what to do.
Sorry, I just that's fucking broken.
I'm just imagining like he's just tripping over himself.
Yeah.
Like
he just saw. Okay. I mean, he saw you all just jump off of the ship that was flying hundreds of feet in the sky.
Scraped your knee, 30 gold. But our party cleric just healed us, and now you've got healing magic. That's another 30 gold.
Oh my gosh.
In response, Valana's gonna peer at the captain, peer back down to where she can guess that her companions are following. We dealt with some giants and made a shocking discovery about one of our companions. Pay it no mind, Captain. You may resume course once the others are aboard.
He looks at you a little skeptically at the last, the second to last thing you said, but he's just kind of more trying to calm himself down from what he just saw you guys do, and then be sitting here and he's like, "That's fine, but don't try anything like that again." And he turns around and heads back to his quarters to get ready, and he starts yelling at the crewmates to, get ready to pull the anchor and start setting sail.
I jump off again because he said not to. Just kidding.
You haven't even made it up there. You just
I'm literally thinking we're gonna have to do this again just to spite him.
Yeah.
Oh man, let's put you here. So I'm gonna activate this scene. Did you know the way of the Kinsai monk? Something. I didn't read the rest of it.
Sorcerers have the font of magic feature, which grants them a pool of sorcery points they can use to create spell slots or enhance their spells.
That was a long tidbit.
Cool.
I was trying to read it quickly so I get through all of it because I figured it would.
Yeah, that was a lot.
Boot me out afterwards.
Okay, you get back to so then after a little bit, the rest of you get to the boat and you see as soon as you all land, the crew pulls the anchor, kind of harpoon out of the mountain face, and the airship creaks as it kind of falls back into the rhythm of gliding on its airstream that it was in. And you all get back to the airship and start setting sail again. Anything anybody wants to do for the rest of the night before going to sleep?
I'll go talk to Valana.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm also choking in real life, so.
Well, that must be the night for it. I did that earlier. Now you're doing.
You know what? You take care of that first.
Yeah.
No, you
Sorry,
have to
I'm
talk
just
through the
casually
choke.
dying over here.
We just hear him get quiet for a while. We're like, Jeremy, are you okay?
I'm choking on spit. It's the worst.
It is the worst.
On the deck of the boat, is it like cloudy?
Yeah, it's not as overcast as it had become while you were on the land, but now that you're up in the clouds, it's not completely covered to where it's like fog, but there's a cloud that comes across the deck of the ship every now and again.
Can I just like look down to see if I see anything? Just interesting right out of the blue.
Do a perception check for me. And while he's doing that, Felix, after a little walking around, you find Valana. Valana, what were you doing kind of as the ship gets put together to set sail again? Where would you have kind of been?
Oh, she probably would have gone up to whatever the equivalent of the crow's nest would have been.
Okay. Yeah, you see her up at the very top of the crow's nest platform, and you see the thin rope ladder that kind of goes up the main shaft, or the main staff all the way to the top.
I'm gonna work my way up there.
Okay. Toad with an 18. Go ahead.
When I get there, I'll just be like, Valana, can I speak to you?
Valana's gonna slowly turn.
You both notice that the crew member who is staffing the crow's nest is up there, and he sees the two of you kind of get together, and he takes the hint of like, I don't think I should be here, and so he starts whistling, and you see him just quickly get behind you. Valana goes, I'm just gonna, someone's calling. Yes, what is that? And he starts like going down the ladder quickly to leave you up there alone.
I just wanted to apologize about some of the things that I said. I didn't mean it.
I get the feeling that is not the case, Felix.
It is the case. I was just upset because for the first time I felt confident in myself. I was doing something. And I felt like I needed to defend that. But the words that I said, I didn't mean them. I don't think any less of you because you're a vampire, even though that's kind of what I implied. Or that you're any less valuable in magic. I admire you, actually, and I think you're really strong.
Felix. Valana's gonna hold up her hand. It is not a matter of value. It is not a matter of what we think of one another. It is a matter of tugging on strings that ought not to be pulled. You are young. I am relatively young myself. But I serve one who has seen much, done much. And I know that she alone as well, or I know that she would not approve of such magic, being what she is. And so I will agree with her.
I understand that, but I'm not gonna back down from this. I feel right doing this. And
be careful what you do. Like I said, you've already attracted attention of those that will do us harm. And not in a good way.
There's good harm.
You're about to find out. Dun, dun, dun.
Valana actually kind of sighs for a moment. Do what you will, Felix. But when the consequences of your actions emerge, promise that you will face them alone.
I will, but also, if something good comes from this, I will take the credit too.
Feel free. I want nothing to do with whatever power you are dabbling into. You once asked me about my necromancy, about when I conjured the dead. Yes. It is not good magic. And I will leave it at that. You have a good night, Felix.
You too, Lana.
Are you a good witch or a bad witch?
And I will say that Felix doesn't believe in good magic and bad magic. He thinks that it's just magic is a tool, and it's what there's a use, whoever uses it, how it's used.
Okay. Nice.
I'm gonna reveal that like Valana very much believes in the same. Like she understands that magic is magic, but she also does know and believe there are some magics that you definitely shouldn't dabble in.
I, as a player, also agree with that.
Just for the record, I don't necessarily love what my character's doing.
I don't agree with what Felix is doing.
Yeah, he said enough. That he is Ervin. He is not Felix. So I mean, makes sense.
Look, I'm gonna be that guy who's. I'm just gonna put this out there. Karsus did nothing wrong.
Oh my gosh! Here we go. With that, Toad, you're 18. As you look over real quick, you don't notice any creatures. It's getting later in the day, so most of this, standard daytime dwelling creatures have probably gone to roost or gone back to their dens or caves for the night. You do see a few bats start to take flight from a nearby cave, as it's getting close to that time for them to begin feeding, but nothing of note. And for Felix and Valana, if you don't already have it, go ahead and give yourselves some inspiration, as that's pretty good roleplay on both your parts. Chitter, anything you'd like to do before going to bed?
He's kind of writing all this down right now. He had kind of like a. I guess he'll flip to the page in like his notebook, where he's got like fire giant information, and he has basically just works for Duke Zalto, and then he just sighs at like the rest of the empty page.
Okay, got it. Okay, so you all can take a long rest as you go to sleep on the boat for the night.
New day?
Yes, new day.
New day, new hair.
Boom. And I need to...
I don't know where that came from.
You know what? That's Felix's new saying now.
It's his new saying. Apparently, new day, new hair.
Do we have to roll to see how many nanometers our hair has grown since?
Gosh, talk about physics. Jeez, that would take forever to calculate. And look at that. There's more rain. Surprise, surprise. Oh, interesting. Okay. You wake up next morning to the sound of thunder and hard rain as you have traveled through the night, and you get to the deck, and you can see all the crew members are just drenched. The captain, who has kind of taken over the helm with the steering wheel, looks at you, kind of covering his eyes a little, and you notice it's still very dark. It's very much you're flying into the cloud itself, and he's kind of fighting the wheel. And anything you all want to do this morning as you kind of come out and see the rain and...
Do you need help with that?
Real quick, anything you need help?
Yeah, Valana?
The D12 I just rolled was for my wings of flying, because it says when they disappear, I can't use them again for that many hours.
Oh, gotcha.
So with the long rest of 8 hours,
yeah, you would have had them back.
We would have had him back by morning.
Yeah, because it was in the evening when you got back on the ship, but there would have still been probably like 3 hours before starting your long rest. So yeah. Okay.
And there's one more thing, DM.
I wonder what that is.
Cards.
I drew 3.
3 cards. Oh my gosh.
Valana drawing cards? That doesn't happen.
Go ahead and roll me a D100 first for the first one as you pull your first card.
I haven't done it in a while, guys.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. 76. So that, as you pull, Okay, you pull the monster card. This card's monstrous visage curses you. While cursed in this way, whenever you make a saving throw, you must roll a d4 and subtract the number rolled from the total. The curse lasts until you finish a long rest, but it can be ended early with a remove curse spell or similar magic. You see that kind of poof disappears as it goes back into the deck. Go ahead and roll me another d100.
It's sending again.
Oh my gosh.
Are you fucking?
Oh, did she get it twice?
Oh my gosh. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Oh my god, it is. That is in the range of what that is. You pull the same, almost as you're pulling the card, you see it animate in front of you, and you already know this is the one I just pulled, and you see it, and it's the monster card again. So now you'll have 2d4. I'll let you choose. You can either get them both done at one and do a 2d4 and subtract it, or 2 1d4s on 2 different occasions. But yeah, pull the same one.
I'll take the 2 1d4s.
Okay, and then go ahead and roll me another d100.
Third time.
90. Okay. This one.
All curses are removed.
Yeah. This is. What is this one? Oh yeah. Can you roll me a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a d6, and then a d12, please? So you pull the order card. You gain resistance to one of the following damage types chosen by the DM, and you rolled a 5, so you gain radiant resistance, and it lasts for 6 days. And you see that card poof and go back into the deck.
Valana gives a hacking cough as she is cursed. Damn it.
Do I know that she's cursed?
You could probably take it from her reaction. It at least wasn't positive what she pulled the first few times.
I have the spell remove curse.
I will leave that up to Valana if she shares and asks for some remove curse, but
She asked for nothing.
okay.
Valana, are you good? I'm. Oh, it cost him a lung. Like, I'm okay.
That's really good because I also didn't even have it prepared.
So he asks, hey, do you need help? Too bad.
Don't got it prepared.
You step into you like step into his room as he's like finishing up his prayer for the morning, and you're like, hey, do you have remove curse? He's like, I just finished preparing my spells. If you've been here like 10 seconds
5 minutes ago.
He's like actively scribbling it out of his book for the day. He's like, ah, man, I didn't prepare it. He's erasing it like, don't prepare.
Crossing it out.
Yeah.
Totally don't have it.
But yeah, I can see it's in your spell list. But I'm on a spell slot.
We just took a long rest.
I know, but it's a curse I
played
had.
that all last night.
One of
I
the
was
screw members
studying.
stabbed himself 45 times. I had to keep healing him. Like, just, you know.
That's great. Oh man. Felix, you said I think you were coming out seeing if the captain needed help, right?
Yeah, you said he was struggling with like the wheel.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he's fighting it a little bit, as he's trying to steer through this rough air in essence. And he sees you walk up to him. He goes, good morning. It's sorry, the blasted storm came upon us in the middle of the night, and it's not easy steering one of these things when you're in the storm itself. It's a little rough, but hopefully it'll clear up a little. We don't have much farther. Maybe, another 8 hours, and we'll be close to Newport. But thank you anyway.
See, this is why I really hate being Felix, because I just was scrolling through my spell list, and I see the spell Sleep, and I'm like, what happens if I cast Sleep on him right now?
And Aravan wouldn't hesitate to just be like, I guess.
No, he would just be like,
We're going to find out that Felix actually has Aravan inside. Like, it's a dual personality.
They're the same person. I was like, yeah, I'm trying to scroll through my spell list. Like, do I have anything helpful? And I see Sleep, and
I mean, we all know that Sleep is the most useful spell, right, Austin?
It's very useful. Yes.
What would happen if I cast Shatter on the wheel?
Just explode the wheel in his hands.
All right, gang. We're not letting our intrusive thoughts win today.
we could. It's a new day, new hair.
Yeah, remember?
It's okay. I don't have Shatter prepared.
he scribbles it out of his book too. Ah, man, I don't have it prepared. Chitter, Toad, anything, and I guess for Valana and Felix too. Like, you got 8 hours in essence till you're probably there. It looks like it's going to be storming for at least a little bit longer. Anything you all want to be doing as you travel?
Yeah, Valana's going to go back to bed.
It sounds like a perfect day for that with the rain.
I want to. I'm going to sit on the deck. And when I see a lightning strike, I'm going to try and time Thaumaturgy to make it boom thunder at exactly the moment I think it would boom thunder.
Oh, okay. And
try and match like the real thunder,
Yeah, do a perception check for me.
Okay. That's what I'm going to be doing the entire time.
Okay. Valana, you go back to bed. So you go back and find your room and get cozy, kind of just relaxing for the rest of this trip. Toad, Chitter, anything you all will be doing?
Sorry, yawning. Chitter's gonna stay in his cabin because he doesn't want to be out in the rain.
Okay. Toad, anything for you?
Have I done an expertise yet?
I don't think it's Toad, no.
Or have I done a proficiency?
I don't think so.
What to do? To get expertise, I have to go with a trained person, correct?
Yes, the D4, that has to be done with a trainer.
Because I'm proficient with perception already.
So then, yeah, so if you're already proficient, you would do the rounds again of rolling all the dice in that consequential order. It's just for the last one, you'd have to find a trainer.
Okay. I don't know how I'd get proficiency in survival while up above.
It would be a little hard to do that training here. Yes.
I guess I'm just gonna stare off the side of the boat.
Okay. For Felix, you try to watch and attempt at guessing when the lightning's going to strike to where you can make the thunder clap. It takes a little while, but not too long before you're able to almost tune yourself into the lightning, and you can feel the hairs on your arm kind of prick up a little right before the lightning strikes to where you can get ready to use it, to where you get pretty good at calling when the lightning bolt's going to strike. As you do that for traveling, can you roll me D100 with advantage?
A D100 with advantage.
Yep. And then Toad, can you roll a D4, please? 45, 93, okay, and a 2. So, Felix, you notice that the lightning bolts, there's a few that get close, that like kind of make you jump and miss the thunder mark by a little bit because it was very close and bright, and you swear you could almost feel the electricity reach out and try to grab at anything on the ship, but nothing hits it for, the first 4 hours while you're traveling. And Toad with a 2. It feels like the wind is really kind of blowing from behind the ship, pushing you forward a little faster. Yeah.
Are you sure this is safe? That lightning's really close.
The captain kind of laughs and looks down, and He yells back. He goes, "It's nothing too crazy. I've been in worse. A few years ago, man, you should have seen the size of the tornado we flew around. That took us for a ride." But
you flew in a tornado?
I wouldn't advise anybody to doing that themselves. But you know, when you're on a very high profile run, you do what you can to get there.
These guys are crazy.
Aye, thank you very much. And you see a lightning bolt kind of almost go across the ship. You swear it went horizontal, and he kind of like jumps at that. He goes, "Whew," and he just kind of keeps fighting the steering wheel. And 4 hours pass. Everything's, fine. You're just still in the storm.
We are in an airship, right?
Yes. Yeah. This is just a bad picture.
Yeah, because I was like looking at this, and I was like, I don't remember now if we're actually in the airship, because I was like, we flew back up into the airship, but this is a different scene.
This is water. Yeah. Felix, can you do another D100 with advantage, please? And Toad, do another D4 as the next 4 hours of travel happen. Okay, 74, 72. Same thing, Felix. The lightning, you're in tune with it. You're catching it really well every now and again. A close one, but nothing, hitting the ship or any of the sails or balloons that hold it up. Toad, you notice that the winds tend to start getting a little more turbulent now. And you have kind of crossed through between the two mountain ranges from Silvery Moon that you were in before, and you're a little more open now. Whoops. And you can see it on the mini-map, kind of where you're at. And the captain kind of starts to struggle a little more with the wheel as the winds start to, instead of really they were behind you as you were coming out of that little valley, now it feels more like the winds are kind of in all directions. Sometimes it pushes the ship hard to the left, and so you all have to hold on as the captain steers it back. Sometimes it's to the right. It feels like you speed up as it's behind you, then it comes in front and you slow down again, and it just gets real bumpy. Feels like a lot of turbulence. And a little bit,
I'm gonna throw up.
A little bit longer goes by, and it picks up worse and worse. And you see some of the crew members have like safety ropes that they have wrapped around themselves and have hooks, and you see them hook it to other pieces of the boat as they start to walk around, so they're never not tethered to something.
What are they doing?
And he calls out and goes, it's safety precautions. I would advise you all to get back into your rooms. It's gonna get bumpier, I think. And you get a big shift.
Do we get hooks?
And one of the crew members kind of grabs your shoulder and pushes you into one of the cabins. And as he pushes you in and shuts the door behind you all, he hands you a pair of hooks, and then grabs a handful of others to go back out and give them to the rest of you. And he shows you how to wrap it around your waist and hook it onto stuff as you walk around the ship. I
did it immediately.
Okay. You feel pretty secure. It's nice, but it still kind of throws you around, so you still have to hold on. And it definitely...
This isn't going to help if we crash.
One of the crew members, he says, it won't do much, but it helps you from falling off. You'd be surprised the amount of deaths that happen from falling during storms like these rather than crashes.
You know, actually, I have a spell that can help me.
And he kind of looks at you a little like... not happy. He's like, well, I'm glad that you've got something. The rest of us don't, so we kind of need to hook ourselves, keep ourselves steady.
Well, if you stay near me, I can help you.
And you notice that he picks up on that, and he doesn't really ever leave your sight now. He's very much closer to you.
And I said it more as a manipulation tactic, so I would have somebody.
You're just like leaning on each other.
Freaking classic.
Yeah.
Yeah. After all, we all need somebody to lean on, right?
Oh my gosh. So a few more hours of it, and it gets worse and worse, and it's really throwing the ship side to side, and you kind of where you would have thought Newport would have been and where you would have landed, but you realize that the ship is just getting tossed around the air right now. There's no way that you'd be able to land, and so the captain's just really struggling. He has another crew member with him helping as they're holding the wheel, trying to get it steady. And then you see Felix, you feel your hair stand up on edge, and as soon as you feel it and you get ready to like say something or do something, you see the lightning bolt hit the side, the front side of the ship, and you hear the crack as the explosion of wood splinters out and just starts to fall. And from that, the whole ship gets lurched to the left, probably 30 feet, real fast. Valana and Cheddar, you're kind of like thrown around even more, and this really kind of stirs you awake, and you realize that you have these hooks wrapped around you and hooked to the bed posts. You take it probably to keep you still or from falling or something. And as soon as you feel the lurch, the ship starts to plummet very quickly. You see the nose of the ship tilt down, and the captain starts to yell as him and the crew member are holding onto the wheel, trying to keep it straight and trying to figure out where they're going to land. But the wind is bashing too far that they kind of lose control, and you see the wheel kind of snap the captain and throw him back, and he hits his head on one of the railings and he gets knocked unconscious. And the other crew member tries to hold it, but he can't, and so the ship just starts spinning as it free falls down. And you see right before you hit the bottom, you see a very large mountain range with, you could have swore is like a stone tower coming out of it as the ship begins to spiral more, and everything goes dark as you hear the crunch and the ship impacts the side of a mountain, and you all get thrown and go unconscious. Right before you hit, Felix and Toad, what are you thinking about?
I would probably be praying to Mistra to protect us.
Okay.
So I would just be holding my pendant and saying like a prayer over and over.
I'd probably be looking at Felix and then trying to recall the boy in my dreams.
Okay.
In game. Or in D&D.
As you think about the giant child that you've had visions of before, you feel a tightening, and you can almost hear some grinding, and you look over in all this chaos, and you see the band that you got from the Vonendad that got attached to your body by Thwip. You see it start to spin, and it's not doing much, just spinning. And it does, and as it reaches a point and clicks, and you get this weird sense that something is inside of your kind of inner chamber of your body. What do you do? You got like seconds before crash. What do you do?
I'm gonna grab it, whatever's in my inner chamber.
Okay. You open up your chest cavity, and you reach around and you pull out this almost looks like a small version of you that's metal, and you pull it out, and as you pull it, you kind of almost accidentally let go from the gust of the ship, and as you let go, you fling this looks like a doll almost of you, and as it's flying, you notice it's getting thrown towards Felix. And Felix, you see this metal mini toad kind of flying towards you, and as it's getting to you, it grows and grows, and you see it open up as if it's split in half, and it connects to your body and encases you in this metal suit. And as soon as it ends up closing and you hear the clicks of all the joints together, the ship crashes into the mountainside, and you can feel your body kind of get tossed around like crazy, hear the bangs of rock and wood hitting this metal suit, but nothing's being able to penetrate it and hit you, but being thrown around so much still kind of knocks your head around and you get dizzy. But then you all land, and the rest of you, all of a sudden you hear the impact and everything goes quiet as you fall unconscious. And Felix, you kind of are dazed, and you can't even see there's no eye slits, but you can feel ground, and so you kind of put your hands down, and as you do, you see and hear clicks and things rotating as this helmet that's on you opens up and then falls to the ground, and steam's kind of rising from it, and it just slowly kind of turns to ash, and the rest of this suit falls off into pieces and turns into ash. And you're banged up from just being thrown around, but you look and you're in the middle of this rubble of the ship and the rock face of the mountain. The rain's pouring down, and you can't see anybody around you immediately, but there's just tons of rubble.
Am I still in the suit?
No, it like fell off of you almost piece by piece.
Okay, I'm gonna look around and see if I see anybody then.
Okay. Do a perception check for me. 18. You look around and the water hitting your eyes, and you're still kind of like dazed, so you're blinking trying to see what's going on. There's fire that's still kind of smoldering from the impact, and you look around and you see just the smallest hint of a feather sticking out between some rocks.
I'm gonna start digging through them rocks.
Okay. You see quickly as you move stuff around, you see Chitter's body. He looks lifeless. He's just laying there. But you don't see like any deep like puncture wounds that look like he's been like skewered to death or something. But you can tell he's got a bloody nose. He's banged up and bruised pretty bad, and he's just kind of laying there.
I was gonna say, man, am I dead again?
None of you had a chance. You all die.
Okay, it doesn't look like... Yeah, okay, he's just unconscious. Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll just, like, shake him gently, then.
Okay. Chitter, what is a fond memory Chitter has?
Of playing in the streets of Silvery Moon when he was a child, kind of before he got effectively, I don't know, adopted, I guess.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of being, I mean, functionally, isn't that kind of what happened? Well, I guess not really adopted as much as like, I'm providing you with an education now, but
yeah,
just running through the streets, being innocent, I guess. Maybe like a contrast to all the fucked up shit that's happened in the last year of his life.
Okay, so
he's just carefree and innocent.
You see that vision play out almost like a dream, but you feel that joy that you had, but you're also watching it at the same time. It's a weird kind of feeling and sight that you have, and you see and feel yourself kind of running around in the streets, and you fall down. You trip over a stone. And as you do, you're like, oh, my knee, and you look down, and you scuffed it up, it's bleeding, and you go to wipe it off, and before too long, you see someone walk up to you, and they say something, but you can't understand it, and you see a hand reach down, and you look up, and it's Beldora, and this is one of the kind of first times that you meet her, but before she really takes you under her wing and puts you into the college of Fakluklin, and you grab her hand, she lifts you up and cleans your knee off for you and kind of bandages it and puts you on your way. But as she picks you up, you feel the hand and she pulls you forward, and as she gets you almost standing, you like come to in this horrible crash site with rain dripping on your face, and you see that the hand that's kind of pulled you up is Felix, and he's starting to shake you awake, and you're like slowly coming to.
No, Beldora, 5 more minutes. I don't want to go to college. Where am I?
What are you talking about? We just had a major issue happen. The ship went down.
Wait. Why? I was like, I was inside, so for all I know, everything started shaking and then we crashed. Like, did someone do something?
No, lightning hit the ship.
Oh, shit. Alright, who else is alive?
I don't know. You're the first one I saw.
Oh shit. Alright. He, like, stands up, kind of like brushes himself off, tries to kind of get his bearings a little more. I can help search. I'm good.
Okay. How injured are you?
Mr. DM, how injured am I?
You are at half health. You are pretty banged up.
I think I would count me as injured. I guess I'm injured.
Okay. I'm going to use Beacon of Hope. But I'm not going to use any healing spells just yet.
Okay, good. I was gonna say, yeah, save your spells. Other people might need it more than I do. Oh, my rolling something. Sorry. Food in the background.
And
oh, I sustained a lingering injury. Wait, why am I? No, not acid. We're not using acid again. Why am I? Okay.
Yeah, this is just like bludgeoning.
Okay, bludgeoning. Let's do bludgeoning.
Yeah, what is your dislocated shoulder? Yeah, I mean that's pretty.
He's
legit.
I'm just like,
Can I
I'm
snap
okay.
it back?
I was gonna say, yeah. I'm sitting there, my arm like clearly limp, and I'm like, I'm okay. Save your healing for someone else. And he goes, and Felix goes, all right. Shoves my shoulder back into his socket. Oh God! As he starts going to search other people.
Yeah.
It says I have to make a medicine check of 18.
Yeah, I'll let you. I'll let you do a medicine check, and then go ahead and do it with. Oh wow, you hit it. There you go. So yeah, how do you snap it back in?
While he's talking, I'm not paying attention to anything he says, and I just grab his shoulder and snap it back in.
You're the
Don't waste the
excruciating
healing
pain.
spells on me. Oh God!
Oh God, yeah. Snap it back in.
That went better than I thought. That was my first time.
What?
I mean, I've read about it before, but I've never actually done it.
Oh my gosh.
I fucking love that. Thank you.
Hey.
He'll just like stumble off a different direction to search somewhere else.
you
God.
both of you start looking around, and before too long you find the rest of the party kind of within rubble and in varying shades of hurt, pretty much. Villana, when you find Villana, Felix, you see she's kind of like curled up, as if she kind of had this feeling when things started to spin around to just ball herself and brace for impact, which did protect some of vital organs, but her back, you see, is very scratched and tore up pretty bad. Her legs are cut and bruised, and her cheek has a slice on it as well. And once again, she's kind of huddled like this, but unconscious as you go to, I'm assuming, try to bring her back.
You said I was the one or Chitter?
You were, Felix.
Okay. Since I know she would probably decline treatment after waking up, I'm just gonna go ahead and use Cure Wounds on her now.
Okay.
And let me see. I'm going to do it at 5th level.
Okay, wow.
I can't target her, but she gets 25 health points back.
I'll add it to her.
Oh, no, she gets the maximum back.
Yeah, because you get that.
Back.
Yeah, so 45. Whoops, I did equals 45. That's not what I meant to do.
5d8 plus 5, yeah.
Damn.
Big heals.
50 health points.
You see her, actually, Villana, what's a pleasant memory that Villana would have?
A pleasant memory?
Yeah, something happened.
Probably the day that she was first welcomed into her family.
Okay. You relive the moment that the welcome feast happened. And as you take your first few bites, and Lady Runeheart comes over to you and puts her hand on her shoulder and goes to say something, it's muffled, and you start to feel specks of wetness on your face, and you kind of turn around, and as you look at her, you see Felix's face, and the rain starts to hit, and you kind of come back to as you see this wreckage around you. Oops, I about dropped something. Let's see. And then Chitter, Toad, I can't ask you what memory you would have because you don't have any. But as you fall, and after like pulling this like disposable suit out from inside and throwing it, you are reliving this moment that's a different one than you've seen before. This one you see a line of what look to be maybe other giants, all clad in plate armor and with varying weapons. You seem to be in the center, but as you look around and knowing what a fire giant or a giant looks like in person, their size and their strength, you look around and you tower over these giants, and you notice that you move really slow. And you look out ahead and see not a row of people or other things fighting, but the wings flapping of an army of large dragons just floating side to side as they slowly come towards you. And you look at probably the commander of this line of giants, and they go to say something, but you can't hear it. And as you turn back to look at the giants, you start to take a step, and you can hear the clinks of rain hitting metal, and you kind of come back into this consciousness and see Chitter as he's like picking you up and trying to bring you back, and you come to. So all of you huddle back together. Ethereon's there too somewhere, and you look.
We just see an arm sticking statically out of a rock, out of like a pile of stone somewhere.
And you pick him up. He's like an inflatable. He's that light, and you're just like, oh, there he is, and just set him in the corner. And yeah, you look around at the wreckage. It looks like none of the crew members survived. You see a few of them who unfortunately either look smashed between boulders or are skewered by wood splinters.
Does this mean we don't have to pay the bill?
Okay. Did we all pay the dude or not?
Issues.
We all thought it.
My first thought as well.
I didn't think that, but I forget. Did we pay them or not? Because
so you did pay.
Yes.
You paid up front, and then it would have been. He wasn't sure if it was going to take like 3 or 4 days for you to get there, and so he's like, if it takes 4 days, then you can pay for the extra day. But you had prepaid for 3, so.
Can we find our money?
I'm gonna go get our loot back.
I mean, yeah, if you want to find the captain.
He might have
let's find the captain.
Okay, yeah, you go to find the captain. It doesn't take long, and you see he's one of the skewered crew members on what looked to be maybe the main shaft of the sail, and he's just laying limp, and you go to rummage through his pockets. Or a bag that he might have had on him or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I speak to the dead and tell him that I'm taking his money?
Oh my gosh, you are all twisted.
I'm just kidding.
You ask him questions, you don't tell him things.
I'm going to tell him.
He's going to break the rules.
I want his dead body to know.
You're gonna create an advanced version of the spell where it's not you talking to the body, it's you contact the soul in the afterlife.
Yeah. Just to let you know, I'm looting through your body.
Turns out he was an awful guy.
Turns
out he was an awful guy, so he's like burning in hell.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, I could.
You're gonna be like, hey, we're taking our money off your corpse. I hope that's cool.
I could just animate dead, like make him a zombie.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that thought comes across your mind as you're rummaging, and you find a small pouch, and it's not the full amount that you paid, so you take it. Maybe he used some of that for supplies and to be ready, but you do probably get 100 gold back. And then as you're flicking,
I was gonna say I'm gonna split it back up between us.
Okay.
So we each get like
You rummage through the other pocket, and as you feel something and you pull it out, you notice around his neck is a small, what looks like probably a locket, maybe. And you pull out a piece of paper, and you're like, oh, I wonder if this is like what he spent, like kind of a receipt in essence, or a logbook. And you open it up, and you read through it, and it's very roughly written. It doesn't really even look like a human handwriting, but you read it and it says in very broken common, it says, be safe while in the air, I love you, daddy. And on the back you see it's a hand-drawn picture of him, probably his wife, and maybe his little boy.
That's so sad. Wait, hold on before we proceed, I need to see something. What am I contemplating? Oh, Beacon of Hope. What does this do? Hold on. I'm sorry.
Hold on.
Probably cast animate dead.
Oh my gosh.
I'm kidding.
You're all horrible. But I love it.
No, I have a spell called Scrying, and I didn't know if that would also let me just communicate.
That just lets you look at living creatures.
Yeah.
So
Volana will, I guess, try to like take the note from whoever has it, fold it up nicely, and as gently and as neatly as she can, I guess, almost peel the captain off of where he's splattered, and kind of try to gently arrange him to rest peacefully, quotation marks, with the note in his hand.
Gotcha.
And then I cast Create Undead.
I cast Counterspell.
I cast Counterspell.
Oh my god. It's another Corvus and Marconius. It's two players going at it. Yeah, you're able to kind of like pick him up off of this large pike, and you know there's some resistance, but you're able to heave his body off and very gingerly kind of set him between some rocks and fold the note up and lay him to rest. And about the time you finish that and you all group back up together looking at the wreckage, you see not too far in the distance, on the mountain range that you crashed into, the large tower of stone that you saw. Looks like it's almost cut into the mountain. And when you see that, you hear the clopping of hooves, and you see, clad in very ornate silver, gold, and even some like obsidian armor, 5 dwarves holding large battle axes on armored boars trot up, and they stop at the wreckage, and one of them calls out to you, and he goes, "Aye, are you all right in there? Do you need help?"
Yeah, I think we're pretty broken.
And he kind of like nudges over to the others, and the boars very quickly start like picking up these chunks of rubble with their tusks and their snouts, and kind of move stuff out of the way as the dwarves make their way over to you. And they get there and they turn around and they like offer their hands to hop on the backs of their mounts.
I take it.
Okay. The rest of you joining?
Volana's gonna tentatively decline for the moment. I'm sorry, who are you exactly?
As I see her decline, I'm gonna slowly step off.
He like jumps on. He's like, "Oh, wait a second." The kind of the leader, you take it, speaks up and goes, "We're the King's Guard of Citadel Adbar," and he points over, and you see the tower that you saw in the background. Is what he's mentioning to, and he said, "King Hardnoth heard of the explosion and said we should check to make sure there are any survivors and give them shelter."
Very well then.
He kind of nods.
I step back on.
They all load you onto their mounts, and you take off towards Citadel Adbar and get to these large stone gates, which I just now realized I don't think I ever made a picture for that, did I? I think I have one somewhere. But anyway, you get to a very large front door, cut out of stone, and with a kind of a long bridge that gets to it. And as you arrive to the stone doors, they almost automatically open as you get there, probably from scouts watching for the guard to come back. And they open it up, and the light dims, but not nearly as dark as you would have expected for being inside of a mountain, as there's tons of these lanterns lit either by magic or by candlelight or torchlight all over the place, and it quickly opens up into this very elaborate connection of tunnels and bridges, and you're in kind of the central chamber. It's probably 7 to 10 stories deep, with another 7 stories high, and a very wide open, almost like Colosseum like opening in here, with tons of then offshoots of tunnels into different directions. And you see a lot of dwarves walking around and mingling, because this must be the hold of Citadel Adbar. And need to stop our rain because you are inside. Stop that and clear the weather. Clear that. There we go. And for now, we're going to put this back to mountains. And well, I had something somewhere, but that's fine. And they kind of walk you, here it is. They walk you into more of the one of the offshoots of the halls. The Kingsguard gets off their mounted boars and they, oh my gosh, that's loud. They help you off as well. And they start to lead you down a hallway. And you pass some dwarves, seemingly, going about their standard day. People talking about the work that they're doing that day, or family members having discussions of dinner for that evening. And before too long, they come to another large ornate door and open it. And the commander leads you all in. And you're in this smaller chamber, very ornately decorated with a long table in the center. And you see a handful of dwarves who are fairly, you would take it probably dressed as nobles here. It's still kind of plate armor, but more ornate rather than maybe battle needed. And varying shades of color, as well as varying beard lengths and color of hair, all across this table, kind of talking, but it's not super loud. And the door opens, commander leads you in and has you all line up. The dwarves here talking don't really pay you much mind, and he kind of knocks his axe butt on the ground to make it echo throughout the room. And the other dwarves stop talking and look over at you, and the commander says, I'm sorry, Council, but we found some survivors at the crash site right outside the gates. I know they must be inspected by you first, seeing as they are not kin, but I wanted to bring them here first before letting them freely roam. And he turns to you, kind of nods a little, and leaves and shuts the door. And one of these noble dwarves kind of stands up and walks over to you and kind of looks at each one of you, looks you up and down, and looks very inquisitively. Not necessarily super friendly, but he's not hostile. He looks at you and stands back and goes, well, this is very not natural for the dwarves of the north to accept outsiders, especially right now, but you are refugees of a very vicious storm, I must say. And he turns around to the other dwarves and kind of says something kind of under his breath almost, but they pick up on it, and turns around and says, I am Thuldor Dorvak of the Shield. I'm in charge of outside relations with Citadel Adbar. And he brings out kind of a little piece of paper, and he continues, he goes, I have some questions, if you don't mind me asking. The first one being, what brings non-dwarves to Citadel Adbar?
I guess the easy way to say it would be, we come seeking information.
He looks you up and down, Valana. He goes, and what information would that be?
Valana's going to glance over at the others, as if almost like asking permission.
Felix is looking around.
He's like, I'm not gonna answer.
Way to hell.
Sorry, I was shoving food in my face. Chitter would like nod.
Okay.
Look, I got a big roll of fried rice. Don't judge me.
Oh, that sounds so yummy. It's gonna be loud.
Well, we're looking for an artifact that will help us destroy an object of great evil.
He makes a note and looks back up and says, I don't know if you are aware of the current situation between the dwarves of the north and the humans and elves of the Silver Marches, but we have severed our ties. We no longer see ourselves as allies. Not enemies, but not allies either. Why do you seek such a weapon of the dwarves? Do the humans and elves not have something of equal power?
In this case, you would be correct, and suffice to say, without going into too much detail, we do not represent any of the factions of which you speak. We are simple adventurers that happen to stumble across this malignant artifact, and we wish to have it destroyed. Simple as that.
He kind of, inquisitively is still peering you over. And another one of the noble dwarves walk up and whisper to him a few sentences, and he kind of nods and says, We've just received a report of increased giant activity in the valley between us and the next outpost. Do you know anything of this? It sounds like they attacked a caravan.
Yeah, we had to help some people out because there's a lot of giant attacks lately.
There's kind of some murmurs amongst the other nobles. And you can see his eyes kind of change just a little bit, maybe to worry. And he puts his piece of paper away and he goes, okay, I think there's someone you must talk to, but not in this state that you all are in. And he kind of motions to the damage you all have taken. He said, we will host you for the night until you can speak to King Harnoth tomorrow. Please find a chamber the commander outside will lead you to and rest and repose yourself for the audience tomorrow.
Okay, well, thank you for taking us in. Is there anything we can do for you guys?
He kind of has turned around and started walking back, and hearing this, he stops and looks back at you and goes, the dwarves do not need anything of the humans or the elves. Not again. He kind of keeps walking away.
Okay.
And the commander walks in and doesn't really talk much and kind of leads you towards what you take it to be more of a residential quarter. However, a lot of these small buildings are empty. So not like a prison or a dungeon or anything, but definitely not houses people have bought or lived in for quite some time. You all get one that has a handful of kind of cots around the room, very basic necessities, and you notice that there's no windows or anything, but the light does peer in from the central chamber. Seems like there's a series of mirrors or reflective surfaces that kind of guide that light throughout this citadel. And he kind of opens the door and motions for you all to go in and shuts it behind you. But before it closes, he kind of peeks his head in and he goes, just so you're aware, there will be 2 guards outside of this door at all times. You may ask for one of them to accompany you to walk around the citadel, but you may not go by yourself. And he shuts the door, and kind of you hear some walking, and you take it that 2 guards have been posted, and you're now in this room. Anything you all would like to do?
Chitter, you're a bird, so maybe you're okay. They don't hate you.
Why would they not hate me? What?
And Toad, you're like a construct, so maybe you're also okay.
We come from the other realms. They've cut themselves off. none of us are entirely welcome here, Felix.
Oh.
You also Chitter, when he mentions that, you're like, oh yeah, maybe that is true. I am, a Kenku. I'm not a human or an elf. But then you realize you are from Silvery Moon, like the kind of epicenter of the Silver Marches. And so even though you aren't of the race elf or human, you have aligned yourself with Silvery Moon. And so even though what Valana said is very true, it's more like they've kind of steeled themselves away from everyone. You're like, yeah, I think that me being Kenku probably wouldn't help in this situation.
I could disguise myself as a dwarf and lie to them.
That sounds not like a good plan.
Well,
What's the
I don't know
worst
about
that
the
could
rest
happen?
of you, but I'm gonna go for a walk. I wonder if they got some nice robes I can get. Might not be my size, but
Do you think they would sell them to you?
a way to find out. And Valana's gonna go for the door.
Nice. Gabe, were you gonna say something?
Can I try and what's the word? What is the word that I'm trying to?
Bird.
Bye.
Do you want to?
Bird is the word.
Word is word.
Do you want to try to
We
die?
said that at the same time.
What's the little sun thing called?
The little.
Your attunement.
Attune?
Thank you.
Oh, attune. Yeah.
I want to attune to the bracelet.
Oh, okay. I thought, Jeremy, I thought you were saying at first a toot, and I was like, I don't think that's what he was talking about, but sure, okay. Attune. Gotcha. Yeah. So after what happened with the crash, you feel a little bit more connected to this piece. Before, it was just, it got attached to you somehow. You still really weren't sure how from Thwip, but after this, it's almost like it's been activated to where you can feel this pull of there is something there that maybe you can harness. So yeah, you can spend pretty much the day attuning to this mysterious item. And I have a thing made for it that I will put before next session for you. So.
Sweet.
Valana, you're going shopping again. Felix, Chitter, anything specific on your mind?
I'm just gonna hang out here in this room, and I will look around the room to see what it's like and how much of a prison we're in.
Okay.
I mean, Chitter's going to want to explore to the best of his ability to do so.
Gotcha. Okay. So we've got Valana and Chitter out walking with an escort. Felix is kind of just taking in the room and exploring this quarters that you're in, and Toad's in the corner attuning to this piece that's been attached to him. That kind of leads us perfect to the end of the session, where we can end with Valana and Chitter starting to explore for the rest of the day, because it is, in essence, it wasn't the beginning of the day because you were flying for 8 hours. So it's the evening of this next day, so probably would have been 5-6 o'clock or so. And
on the map.
Oh yeah, sorry, I need to update this. Yes, you are now at Citadel Adbar, so you are here on this mountain range. Ooh. And yeah, we'll pick up here next session. Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, on second thought, we're in the snowy mountains now. It looks like. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yeah. The
Would we have known that in walking
north.
back?
Like walking with the
when we were
Yeah, you would have seen and kind of picked up that because you should have been right over Newfort when the ship really started to lose control, which that was kind of the halfway point-ish, more so because it's difficult sailing to get from Newfort to Citadel Adbar, so it's not necessarily like it was that much farther as much as just difficult air to fly through. So you take it that the crash probably happened pretty close to Citadel Adbar, so coming to and seeing the mountain ranges in that tower, that would have been a decent guess.
Okay, in that case, instead of looking around the room, I'm going to go with Valana and Chitter so I can see if they have any warm clothes to buy.
Okay. Awesome. Okay, so yeah, we'll pick up here next session. I know not a whole lot of combat for this session. That was really meant for Josh since he couldn't make it. I believe he should be able to make it next session, and so there may be more story plot pieces moving forward and maybe some more combat. But yeah, so you all made it to Citadel Adbar by surprise. Didn't really intend to make it this way. You thought you were going to stop in New Fort, but you are here. It sounds like you have an evening of somewhat free time, right, under supervision, but then you will have a audience with King Harnoth tomorrow to supposedly speak to you about this information you're seeking. But yeah, so I will send things out if they come up, but thank you all.
Thank you for hosting.
Yeah, anytime.
Yes, thank you, DM.
Yeah, great job, everybody, and I will talk to you all later.